Good morning and welcome to Morning Matters. This is another day we're broadcasting from Trinidad, and today I've been joined by Drew. Drew, you finally made it to Trinidad. How are you this morning?
I am fine, Rhonda. This is a beautiful park. I like it here.
All right.
Woodward Park.
You're at Woodward Park. What's the address of Woodward Park? Because I know you pay attention to all of these details.
It is at the corner of Frederick Street and... Oh, I forgot.
Hart Street.
Hart Street. I knew it started with an H. I want to say Horn for some reason.
No, you listen to too much of Errol. That is why the first thing that comes in your mind is Horn. What's going on with you this morning?
We're just getting started, and I'm looking forward to breakfast.
Your only thing, you can think about other things other than food, you know.
Why is it that pigeons and parks go together? There's tons of pigeons here.
I think it must have something to do with the trees. Because if there were no trees, then there would be no pigeons, and they have great big trees in this park like they do in some parks. And you just see pigeons in the trees. I think it has more to do with the trees than the fact that it's a park.
That could be. You know, I was noticing on the fountain over there, it was donated by Glasgow in 1817.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
And it looks fresh.
They definitely do take care of a lot of things here on this island. So any matters of your own this morning?
No, I have none. We watched a nice show last night. It was my first experience with Calypso comedy, was it? I thought it was going to be a stand-up comedy competition, but it was a Calypso. They do music and have jokes written in the music. It was very entertaining, although I didn't understand a lot of it. The part I did was pretty funny.
You know, sometimes I looked at you and you were laughing and I'm thinking, does he know what he's laughing at? Or does he laugh at one word, just one word? Or you laugh because everybody else was laughing?
No, because I just make up what I think they're saying.
I tell you, this is Morning Matters, reminding you today that you can email your matters to us at morningmatters@gmail.com. I also have to ask you if you please would like the page on Facebook called Morning Matters. All right, time for some matters, Drew?
Time for some matters.
Morning, I have my boyfriend. I have my boyfriend. He lives with his baby ma. I told him I will leave him and go with someone else. He told me he will kill me if I do that. What should I do?
Oh my gosh. I would check with the police first and let them know the threats he's made.
I think that a lot of times people say a lot of foolishness because they realize that is all it takes to keep you locked up in this dungeon. He's living with his baby mother. You tell him, you know what, if you keep this up, I'll march myself right over to your baby mother right now and tell her that you're acting the fool. Leave me alone, because I'm sure that he wants to protect that relationship, or else everybody would have known about everybody. So I would suggest you walk away from him, and if he says he's going to kill you, tell him, well, you will kill me before or after or sometime during the fact that I will tell the mother of your child.
You play poker, right? You call every bluff, don't you?
I don't call every bluff, but I think I have good enough judgment.
That's a scary one to be bluffing about.
Well, maybe because I've never been faced with it, and maybe when I am faced with similar situations, I call the bluff and I realize that is all they're doing. They're talking foolishness. But you know how serious it is. So I would say, depending on your judgment, based on where I'm sitting, I don't know much about the situation, but I'd say call his bluff.
I would call it, but I'd let the police know. There's probably a law against threatening one's life.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Well, maybe have the police talk to him.
There you go.
And then move out.
She not live with him. He live with the baby ma. She's the woman on the side.
Jeez.
She don't have no reason to be threatened by this man.
Jeez, just stay away.
Thank you.
I guess I misunderstood the question.
This one says, hi, I was single and I fell in love with this married man. What does it say? His love making is nice for the both of us. We're enjoying it. So we see nothing wrong.
What is it with all these married guys to get all these girls? And, if you want to play second fiddle, as Errol would say, more power to you. But I think you're wasting your life. He's not going to leave his wife. But if it comforts you and you have entertainment and joy right now, but the problem is while you're with him, when the right one comes along, you're going to get passed up.
That's right, because you're being distracted by this small, short entertainment. And I don't recommend it for you. I don't recommend it for anybody. I mean, if it is, and I'm going to say this as kind as I possibly can, if it is only sex you're looking for, then have it with a free single guy. Don't sow that kind of seed, and in people's lives, we move through different phases. Let's hope that this is a short-lived phase, and this conversation will trigger you to think of a better option.
The other side of that is if you're cheating with a married man, why wouldn't you cheat if you were married? I mean, you may think that there's nothing wrong with it, but to some single guy that may be interested in you, if you'd cheat whether it's with a married man or when you're married.
Very, very good point, Drew Miller. And that would deter a lot of good guys. I was watching this show the other night. I can't remember what it's called. Must be Millionaires' Wives or Millionaires. These millionaires are looking for love, that show that was on. And one guy was just absolutely turned off by the way this woman behaved. She was just out there. She wanted to do everything with everybody. And some guys don't see that as a good quality. And if you're looking for somebody to be a permanent part of your life, you have to show them your best side. And going out and letting people know, or being a part of an activity like that, I don't think is a good thing.
I don't either, Rhonda.
This is Morning Matters. I live with my wife 13 years, but she quarrels almost every day. Do you think it's time to leave her?
Well, you got to find out what she's quarreling about. Straighten your act up, she won't quarrel.
She don't live alone. And she obviously is not crazy, or else you would have checked her into a mental institution at least 13 years ago. So you must be creating some havoc in this woman's life for her to start to quarrel. Or she's just naturally miserable. And if that is the case, you knew that 13 years ago. Why did you sit and suffer through it for 13 years? I don't think that if you've been tolerating it for 13 years, you should just wake up one day and say, you know what, that's it. This is the straw that is going to break the camel's back, and walk away. Because you have said to her by your actions that you railing up doesn't bother me as much as it really does bother you.
I would say so.
This one says, I think if your man don't want you to work, you must stay home and cook and clean the house and take care of the kids.
I think so too. I think so.
Well, I mean,
You gotta work somewhere, whether it's at the house or a job, you gotta work somewhere.
I agree that you have to work, but I also believe that kind of decision should not be made for you. You should make that decision for yourself. I mean, yeah, that's pretty. But for my husband or my boyfriend to say to me, you know what, Rhonda, considering I've been working all my life, he says, I want to take care of you. If you want to be in this relationship for me, you can't work. With me, you can't work. I'd say, dude, really? So that kind of decision in my mind should not be made for you. You should willingly want to make that kind of decision.
That's true. One or the other.
This is Morning Matters, reminding you that you can email your matters to us at morningmatters@gmail.com. What we're going to do, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll be coming back with more. All right, Drew did an excellent job. Drew found for me Miss Vera. Good morning to you, Miss Vera. How are you?
Good.
How you doing?
I'm pretty good.
All right, tell me a little bit about Miss Vera. Where Miss Vera from?
Miss Vera live at St. Anne's, so I'm now from church and I'm now on my way home.
Awesome. It's the best place to meet people when they're coming home from church. And Drew was just talking a little while ago. We're from Belize. About how colorful people dress and how smart they look every day. And you're a typical example. Look at this. It's
Thank you.
It really is true. The bright colors, the vibrant personalities, everything go. It's a little different from home. It's true.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Well, I'll tell you what Morning Matters is about. Morning Matters is a program where people call in their issues. Anything that bothers them for the day, they normally text it in or email it in to us, and we give them what we think is sensible advice. Some might agree, and some might say that's not a good idea. Okay. But I figure that you can help me out because you look like a smart, sensible woman.
Okay, I'll try.
All right, this one says, I'm 45-year-old man and I am married, but I'm not happy. My wife never agrees to anything with me. So in that all type of bad treatment, she gives me, and she doesn't want to sleep with me for over 3 years. We have 3 children, a boy, 3 boys. No, we have 3 children, boys and girls mix. It says, when the girl who is 16 now still with a, oh gosh, this is a long one. Basically, they're having a hard time. What would you suggest that he do? He wants to know if he should go and outside to look for entertainment.
Well, I don't think it's going out to get the entertainment because it have an entertainment home. You get you go wrong to how I can say that. You go and find out to yourself what entertainment you can bring home and share it home instead of going out and having things and you could do things with your partner if you get to know after so many years. You're supposed to know what they like from what they like, what they enjoy from what they enjoy. So
He's basically saying, I also read some more of it. He says the only reason that he's still in his marriage is because he has a 16-year-old daughter that's going to school.
that's wrong. That's wrong. If you have a 16-year-old daughter, I mean you're in the relationship for more than 16 years. So you must know your partner by that time. They said about 7 years, you're supposed to know, 7 years into marriage, you're supposed to know your partner. You know what they like from what they like. Is 7 years to getting to learn your partner. So by 7 years now, your marriage is supposed to be now on a solid rock.
And if it isn't?
If it isn't, there's something we missed. Something have been missed down the line.
But if it isn't and they're still together and now he's frustrated because he's feeling, I'm just saying what he said, that there is no attention, no affection, nothing more in this marriage. The only thing that is keeping him in this marriage is the fact that he has a 16-year-old child that he's trying to educate.
That is what I'm saying there. The 7 years, you get to know each other, you get to talk, you get to relax, you get to talk different things. Now, if you don't do that now and that 7 years have passed, you make things slide. We make things slide sometimes and turn our face and say, that is no problem. A dirty towel on a bed or shoes kick out, that's no problem. But after a while, it become a problem. So if that 7 years is getting to know you, getting to know the things that I like and you like and what we enjoy, what we like, hey, I don't like that, okay, I won't do it. So that 7 years is to work on the marriage. You understand what I'm saying? So after that 7 years now, you build a foundation and it's from there you can rise. So you know each other by that time.
So basically you're saying that they should have a good idea of what to do to make this work.
If they did that at the 7 years,
And if they didn't,
they will have that problem.
so they need to start working on it if they didn't.
As soon as you get married.
Okay, so I think what Miss Vera is saying is that leaving, yes, is an option, but leaving is not your only option. You can remedy it because by now you should have a good understanding of where you are, what you can do to fix
A lot
it.
of people, when they get married, the things that they used to do before, they don't do. The chocolate and the ice cream and the I love you and put up your foot and massage your foot, massage your back. All that is gone from the 7 years. So it do get, I won't say stale, but they get drawn out. But if you learn and you do the things that you are accustomed doing, you do have a problem.
Do you think, and I'm basing off this question that this person sent, but do you think that one person alone can be responsible for the destruction of a marriage?
No, it takes two. But as I said, if you continue doing the things that you are accustomed before you get married, you do have a problem. As a woman, you have to know about the sexy panty and the sexy things that turn him on. If you keep that going on, honey, he ain't going nowhere.
This is coming from Miss Vera. Miss Vera, you're married?
Yes.
How long you been married?
24 years.
And you still know about all the sexy panty and all them fun
You
stuff?
must put on the sexy panty, walk in front of him, put on the sexy nightie, put your foot on him, massage him,
But maybe in this case, this man is not bringing something to the table that causes the woman not to want to, because to live with your husband for 3 years and not being intimate with him is a great measure.
This does happen when they have mistrust of each other. This is also does happen that, I feel and I believe and I think that he's having an affair. But as I said, sometimes we take things and as Caribbean women, we tends to cross that. Okay, you just have an affair, he will finish with that. Outside people, America, they don't do that. You have an affair, they're gone. But Trinidad, I should say, Caribbean women, we intend to, push that aside.
Why do you think we do that?
Because we tend to hold on to our marriage.
What, but, and I know you only had a few minutes, but I say, what is a marriage without all the components that creates a marriage?
Well, this is it. As Caribbean people, I should put it, we love to know we have a husband.
You touch the head, the nail on the head.
So we'll go through anything just to keep that husband.
Even if he's a bad man.
Even though he's a bad man, that's my husband. But I have to go through it because my husband. He does beat me, but I can't leave him. That's my husband. He don't bring home money, but it's all right. It's my husband.
Miss Vera, how can we as Caribbean women change that, because I think that that needs to be changed. Anybody in your life that is not helping you up, in my opinion, is helping you down. So I don't want to say, this is such a nice bag, but it can't carry nothing, this bag, it can't carry nothing because I want to look nice to carry this bag. I don't want no bag or no husband just to say, this is a nice...
Sometimes they are for, some is forever, some husband is forever, and some is to throw away.
How can you tell the difference? And what would make a woman say, you know what, I am where I need to be to move on?
If you have a husband, well, I'll call it a baggage, and it's heavy, and you make 2 steps forward, and that bag make you make 3 steps backward, leave that bag alone, drop it and go away. Because you ain't going nowhere with that bag.
Ms. Vera, I'm going to tell you that is a good message. And it's coming from a woman that has been married for 26 years. Yeah. And I would imagine that your whole 26 years, that has always been jumping up and down. It has its up and down. It's not always been glorious. Yeah. What keeps a marriage together for 26 years?
Some good sex. Pleasant good afternoon. You enjoy your evening.
Thank you so much. I love Trinidad, Trinidad has some serious spice in it. True, I tell you, I love Trinidad, When one person guards, somebody else show up. Good morning to you, sir. Tell me your name.
Sonny Augustus Abla.
Sonny Augustus Abla. Is it okay if I call you Sonny?
Yeah, that's right. And everybody call me Sonny.
Sonny, what's your story? What you doing out in the park this time of morning?
Oh, I now come from work. I said, let me come and relax. And then meet a friend up the road. He ain't come yet. So I said, let me come and relax myself until come 2 o'clock.
So you're sitting in the park from now until 2 o'clock?
No, I'll go back up the road and wait. By the time I walk, the time will reach.
You say you come from work. Where is work?
Well, working all around with company. We're doing maintenance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how are your morning so far?
Well, real nice.
Sonny, you're married?
Nah.
You ever been married?
Nah.
What? You have any children?
Nah.
I think you're tricking me. Most Caribbean men have children. If they're not married, they made somebody pregnant. You're the first Caribbean man I run into for a long time that don't have any children, never been married.
But I have a problem. My girlfriend leaves me 17 days now.
But before her, you must have had somebody. She been with you.
Yeah, yes. But we last for nearly 5 years.
And she just pack up one day and pack it chops and gone?
And gone.
You think she crazy?
Well, she tell me I will get you mad.
You tell she what?
She called me and tell me I will get you mad.
So why you think she gone? You don't tell me the whole story, Sonny. Generally when I get this kind of story in a text, I say you're not telling me the whole story. Today I have you in front of me, I expect the whole story. What's the story?
It's a quarrel. But she doing the wrong thing and she putting the blame on me.
What is the wrong thing?
Like when she tell me she going to work and she ain't going to work, she going on Lime. And I know she going on Lime, but she lied to me plenty.
Well, then maybe you should be okay that she gone.
I really don't like how she gone just so, because it really hurting me, eh?
But Sonny, on a serious note, if the woman not doing you any good, she lying to you, she's stressing you out, Isn't it better that you get another 2 weeks of stress and then get over the stress, or you want to live in stress? Those are your decisions.
I don't want to live in any stress because I get anxiety. She give me anxiety and thing, So I did just fighting my way out. I'll be walking up and down when I don't walk. And sometimes the neighbor down by me saying I'm mad because I'm walking up and down the road. But I'm not mad. The psychiatrist doctor said I'm focusing all right.
So you're telling me that because the woman gone, that is causing you a lot of stress for the past 17 days or so, you've been under a lot of pressure?
Yeah, under real pressure.
How are you going to fix it?
Well, I say, I'm going to pray, ask God to help me and get out. If I get out, and I think she changed the phone number now. She gave me the phone number the morning before she leave. Now I think she changed. The mother tell me don't call she and don't call the mother neither. So I said, something had to be wrong.
Then why? I think you started off on the right foot when you say you're going to pray about it. I think praying about it is a good option. If they don't want you to call them, then don't call them. Find somebody else to call.
Well, that's what I say. What God says for you, you'll have it.
I think God sent Morning Matters to tell you that this morning.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
You have to keep your head up, chin up. Things will get better, but you can't keep chasing a past that doesn't want you.
Right, I think so. Because if something is not for you, you can't have it.
That's right. You can't chase a shadow and expect to get full. That's not how it works.
Yeah. And she's a young woman. Yeah.
She's a part of your past now. I would suggest that you feel that she's gone. If she wanted you, she would have been chasing you.
Right.
She's not chasing you. She's running away from you. Let her go.
All right, I will try.
You have to.
Yeah, well, I had to try to let go. And if I ain't let go, well, I don't know what will happen to me because my addiction love, I call it addiction love, you know? And it's so in stress and depressed and all how. Sometimes I walk into you and I'm lost.
You can't allow anybody to steal your power like that. You, Sonny, have to take control of your own self with the power of God.
Yeah.
Find some time and stop walking the road and pray and focus on Sonny.
Yeah.
You get it?
Right, because according to some people, they say ABC about yourself.
There you go. Have a good day, Sonny. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much.
That's right. This is Morning Matters. I tell you, all sorts of things can happen to you when you are in this park. Bird dropped on my jeans. I cannot believe it. I think that is good luck, Drew. I really, really think that is good luck.
If it hits your head,
What does this mean?
I think you just need something to clean that up.
Can you stop it? Oh.
Put it back.
That's good luck, that's good luck. Big gun.
All right. You done?
No,
Still running?
we got that problem taken care of.
Thank you, Drew.
There is a blessing and a curse with birds.
You know, I think I'll take it as a blessing.
How did that? There's not even a limb above you. It must have been
It was
dive
flying.
bombing.
You know, Drew, I like it out here. People just come on. You know, you see people, you never know what's going through their mind. Some people just want to talk. I think Sonny was one of those persons that just want to get what is on his chest off. And I hope he pays attention to himself. So, a lot of times in our lives, we are busy chasing. We're just chasing. And
Everybody's got some relationship issues, small or big. They're always there.
yeah, and in life, you can't always chase. Sometimes if you slow down, slow enough, you'll realize that somebody's also looking at you. You're not the only one looking out.
True. True.
This is Morning Matters, reminding you that you can email your matters to us at morningmatters@gmail.com. See what we have here, Mr. Drew.
Excellent.
I'm with a woman. You think you could share the mic with me?
Oh.
I'm with a woman for 2 years, and she only told me 2 times that she loves me. And when she did, she was drinking. We're both women, and she's ashamed of the person that I am.
Ooh.
I don't understand why.
I think she's ashamed of herself, I would guess. Not necessarily who she is, but of herself.
She might be ashamed of the choices that she's making. Or not.
Is this a closet relationship?
Well,
Or are they out in the open with it? That she wants to keep it quiet.
I mean, I think that it doesn't matter either way. Hold this thing up properly.
It's okay.
I don't think, I mean,
I've heard on the other end what it sounds like.
if you are with somebody and they're afraid to call you, to claim you in the open, they have no business claiming you in the dark.
I agree. If you can't do it under the street light at midnight, you shouldn't be doing it.
That's right. This is Morning Matters, reminding you to email your matters to us at morningmatters@gmail.com. This is a busy park. People walk back and forth all the time. Morning, Miss Rhonda. I live with my kid's dad for 18 years, and I'm in love with this guy. And I go sleep with him about every night and leave my kid's dad at home. What do you think I should do about it? I think it's not, you need to stop monkey yourself.
Where do you think you're going with that?
What do you expect to achieve from this foolishness? What kind of example do you think you're setting for your children?
I was going to say, well, how are you going to face your children when they find out?
This is going nowhere and it's going there fast. Shape up because eventually they will ship you out. This is Morning Matters. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll be coming back with our final segment.
And welcome back to Morning Matters right here in Port of Spain, Trinidad.
This one says, I'm currently... This one says, I'm currently in this relationship, but it has no trust with my baby father for 3 years and been through a lot. And he used to text girls and lie about it. And every time I find out, he denies it. He keeps his phone on vibrate all the time and he never sets it down. He bought texts and in one day it's finished. And his male friend don't text like that. And it wasn't me that he texted. When I approach him about the issue, he gets mad and he doesn't want to speak and says that I am the one with the problem. What should I do?
I think you just got to let it alone and move on. Whether he's messing around or not, the fact you feel that way tells you there's problems in the relationship, and he's not willing to fix it. So let it go, move on, find somebody else.
It's not always so much about finding somebody else other than to find yourself and to center your soul. And in everything you have to examine yourself, because he might be right that you are the one that are making all of these things up. How do you know when he buys credit? How do you know how much credit he buys? How do you know how long it lasts? Those are things that says to me that you are snooping on this man on the regular.
And why would you want to pay attention to all that? That's too much energy, too much wasted energy.
Yes, you're paying attention to a lot of small details. It either means that you have your own control issues where you feel that you need to know everything and monitor everything, and that could be a problem in a relationship. Or it means that he has cheated and violated your trust before, and now you have no trust in him, so you feel that you have to monitor it. If any of these are the cases and you want to save this relationship, then you need to sit down and figure out how you can counsel it back to strength. But if you can't counsel it back to strength, you don't want to counsel it back to strength, this is a position that you can't continue to live in. So you either fix it or forget it.
I agree. You know, I'm beginning to wonder how sturdy that stand is.
Oh.
The wind's going to blow over our camera. It got windy all of a sudden. Anyway, we see people still traveling through the park.
The longer I stay in Trinidad, the more I like Trinidad. You know, the people are friendly. They are quite accommodating. I've run into Mr. Nyron. Good morning to you, Mr. Nyron. How are you?
Fine, thank you, and you?
Good, perfect. What you up to this morning?
Oh, I now came from church serving the Lord at Abercrombie Street there.
Okay, these are just basic questions that I'll ask you. But first, before I ask you anything, let me tell you what we do. We have a program called Morning Matters. Morning Matters is seen and heard in Belize as well as here in Trinidad, in Grenada, and soon in St. Vincent and Jamaica and all the other countries. What we do is people send in their issues to us. They can email it to us or they can text it in. A lot of people text in their issues. We deal a lot with relationship issues, but we're not limited to relationship issues. Anything you want to talk about, Morning Matters talk about it. So today it's good that we have you in so that you can help me answer some of these questions. Are you married?
Yes.
How long you been married?
Okay, my second marriage, the year now.
Well, congratulations.
Okay.
And I don't mean to make jokes out of it or light out of it, but you're obviously not a very young man. You are somewhere in your
58.
in your 50s. So that gives a lot of women out there and men alike the hope to know that life is not over after your first relationship ends, and you don't have to stay in a relationship because you feel like, oh my goodness, now I'm 45 or 47 or 50, I can't find another husband, I can't find another wife. Myron is a good example to show that anything is possible.
Yes.
What part do you find the second wife?
Okay, my first wife died rather tragically. She was murdered. We had left and so on. So after a while, her lover killed her. I found the second one at my workplace, and she's a Christian. So in order to win her love, I had to surrender to her faith. And in surrendering, I really, really found God.
So you really win, you're locked out on this one.
Right there.
Well, congratulations.
A complete lockdown.
Awesome. Let's get into a matter. It says, I live with my common law for 10 years now, and 3 years in our relationship, I cheated on him. It says, one time I told him about it, and I have not cheated on him since. Now I feel like he is cheating because he always accuses me of cheating still. He has another woman coming to the house when I am not there. What should I do?
End the relationship.
Okay, just like that.
Yeah. Because it's a matter of tit for tat. And there will be a lot of rabble-rousing out, a lot of uncertainty, and a lot of accusation coming. So better they end the relationship and she look for somebody who she could have a nice, comfortable living with.
But you have to remember, I mean, not that you have to, but I would like for you to take into consideration that she was the first one to violate the trust. She cheated on this man 3 years into the relationship. She said she never did it again after that. But after that, the husband always accused her of cheating. It could be it could be where because she had violated the man's trust, he has a hard time trusting her. So instead of leaving her, he just keeps bringing it up. That might be his own therapy, saying, Mary Jane, I think you're cheating again. Everything becomes a problem. So I don't know that I would recommend that she leaves the relationship, considering he continued to stay with her after he knew this. I'd say if there's a way for you to counsel it back to strength, that would be my first option. But you're a man that have been there. So I take what you have to say.
You have to remember that adulterous behavior was condemned by God. And the fact is that he knew that she has did that to him. He will always have the thinking that she'll do it again. And that relationship will always have that, pulling and tugging. And the best way forward is for both of them to separate, because, it makes sense that he always rewinding the tape and bringing back the whole issue. That will not have a very good relationship.
I hear you, and I would have to say that I agree with you. If you have time, I'll ask you another one. This is Morning Matters. I found a good man here, He's all for it. And when he talks about it, he gets emotional, all right? I have to say that it's good to find people here that are willing to share of themselves with us. A lot of people would not stop and share their true story. And the first part of the story that you shared with us, I am very grateful that you shared it, because I think also that you could help other people see the difference in different choices that they can make. You've been hurt. It's unfortunate that your wife went out the way she went out, or your first wife went out the way that she went out. But that didn't cause you to say, you know what, I'm going to give up on women. I'm going to give up on relationships. You live, you look happy, you have a wife again. A lot of times people let the person that hurt them own them for the rest of their life. What would you have to say about something like that?
You see, life living in solitary confinement after you were married and had a happy marriage and then it went on the rocks, it is not good for your health. You end up suffering all type of depression. You become very suicidal, because when you think about the past, so it is better that you move forward. Either you go into church, you get to somebody, and you settle down.
For sure. This is Morning Matters. Let's move into another matter. You're not going anywhere for the next 5 minutes. I have a boy. He has his lady and children, and I catch him with another girl. And I send a text to his lady. I don't accept him with his lady and don't want another. She is the second woman, And because she find out that there is a third woman involved, she gone to the main woman and say, look, your husband cheating. My thing is, why didn't you send a text on yourself saying, I'm sleeping with your husband?
Exactly. So she's as guilty as him. Okay?
See, I don't know if you say this in Trinidad, but they say this all over the Caribbean. It might be different, but it means the same thing. Like, do so not like do so.
Do so not like so. We say that. That is one of our, what you call, our old proverbs, you might say that, do so, don't like so.
Right. So you cheated with this man or on his wife with him or whatever the case is. Now he decided that, you know what, I can have another one like you. I tell you, it's like playing football. Today you play with this ball. Oh, this ball is getting a little soft. Tomorrow I go out, I play with another ball. It's nothing serious to him. So if you want to be a footballer, you're going to get yourself kicked around. Stop it. This is Morning Matters. These ladies laughing over here. Let me come over here and see who these ladies are. Good morning to you, ma'am. Tell me your name.
Sherry Anorita Sukwa.
Oh, you must be the second wife.
I am the second wife.
Oh, come over here, man. Come right here. So let me put you up on this thing here. Stand up right here with me, Mrs. Sukwa. How are you doing this morning?
I'm beautiful. I'm wonderful. I'm just enjoying life.
Tell me a little bit about Mrs. Sukwa.
Oh, Mrs. Sukwa just likes the best in life. She likes to enjoy life and praise her Lord, of course.
Absolutely. Were you as well married before you met your Mr. Sukwa?
Yes, I was.
How long, may I ask?
I was married for 16 years.
For 16 years.
Yes.
And you may want to answer me as well as you may not want to answer me. And if you stop me, I will respect that. But what causes a marriage to end after 16 years? And it doesn't have to be one specific incident in your marriage, but what causes somebody to separate? I would say 16 years is a considerable amount of time. And I ask this because a lot of times people text in that have been married for 20 years and 25 years, and I think, gosh, that's a lot of time. Could you not fix it?
Yeah, well, the thing is that God, He does not like divorce. But sometimes you get hurt. And when your partner hurt you, you can't stay in that relationship anymore because you are too hurt to stay there.
I hear you. This is Morning Matters. You ready to help me out with some matters?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. This one says I have two. Okay, no. We want one that is my husband moved out 3 years now, and he tells me to move on. And he's still giving me money, but he says that he sees me with someone else, he will stop giving me the money. What should I do?
Well, I think she needs to get another husband.
Well, I also think that if your husband is not your husband, he's moved out for 3 years. It seemed that the only reason you stay in communication or contact with him is because he's providing for you financially. If the laws don't ask him to do so as a necessity, then maybe what you want to do is find yourself a job. That way you don't have to be victim to this kind of living.
I agree with you. She needs to get a job and stop depending on men.
It's true, because if he continues to do this, he will own you.
He will own you. And not only that, he may even try to threaten you. You know?
Sure. Do you have children?
I have 3 children.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
And I'll ask you this again, and you don't have to answer me if you don't want to, but a lot of times I find that women especially stay in bad relationships because they feel that, oh gosh, I want my daughter to grow up with her daddy, or oh gosh, I want my son to grow up with her daddy. Do you think that that is the best way to go?
No, it's not the best way to go. Although maybe sometimes, but sometimes you have got to leave there or else you will be a dead one. And you want to be alive for your children too.
Not only that, you want to leave there because you want to teach your daughters that they must not settle for mediocrity. You want to teach your sons that they must not treat their wives a certain way. Yes. And if they do, they will have no wives.
Yes, that's true. I agree with you.
This is Morning Matters. I know that Errol Fabian is around here somewhere. This one says, my boyfriend says he loves me and wants to spend the rest of his life with me. But he doesn't want to get married to me.
Oh, well, he's a waste of time.
He's a lip service man. That's what he's doing. He's paying you lip service.
Yes, I agree.
What do you think about men that have lots of women is what this one says?
I think that is ungodly because God requires a man to have only one wife.
Well, I can hear people out there with different religious views saying, you know what, Mrs. Sukwa, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm just being the devil's advocate right now. You know, so it depends on which God you serve.
But there's only one God. There is only one God. There is no other God but one God.
Okay, I hear you. You hear that from Mrs. Sukwa's lips to your ears. This is Morning Matters. This one says, if a guy is living with a girl who has HIV, is it liable for the guy to be infected as well? I want to know because the guy is also in love with me.
Wow, that's a tough one. Well, yes, he is.
Why would you want to risk your life with that foolishness? I mean, I would be willing to share my time with him because you can't catch AIDS by touching somebody. No. You can't catch AIDS by hugging somebody. No, you can't catch AIDS by spending time with somebody. But to be intimate with a man that I know is HIV positive would be a risk I wouldn't take.
Yeah, I wouldn't take that risk either. And I wouldn't advise anyone out there to take that risk.
Well, thank you so much, Mrs. Sukwa. Anything you'd like to add before we leave?
Oh, I would hope that everybody would love the Lord.
Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, welcome.
You know, I see Errol Fabian coming. Finally, Errol Fabian is showing up to work. And he's showing up to work walking slow, slow, slow. Come on, Errol, you need to speed it up a little bit. Oh, yes, you see, a man giving me his number already. I love this place. I've been here for a while and no man has given me his number. But don't give me the house number because your wife will answer that. No, I'm just joking. Give me your email address or any number that you have. Good morning to you, Errol.
It's afternoon, actually.
In your mind?
No, it's afternoon. It's morning. Good morning. Listen, it's only mad people that stand up and vote for a square talking to strangers, you know. You didn't tell her that?
You know what though?
This is.
Boy, when I walked in
I
there,
hear fast now.
when I walked in here, I said to Drew, you know, this is only strange looking people in here. But then I was happy to see some normal people.
Right, but we have some normal people who spreading the gospel. They're spreading the gospel to help people, but by and large, it's mad people inside there. Come out of here, girl.
We're wrapping up Morning Matters. Out of here, we have to go. Errol, thank you for coming and saving me.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Mad people in the university, I would